Hello. Welcome to the Court of the EDI Jester, wherever you are in the world. Oh, we've had good stuff coming through, and I've got another good one for you today. So before I do, January start for the Warrior Teachers. Now, if you have already applied for my Warrior Teacher program, you'll find that you'll have got an email from me to avoid, I've had to take certain steps to avoid the abuse that I've been receiving from nutters, right? So you'll get the email explaining what it is. More will come shortly. They drive me mad. Anyway, if you want to become a Warrior Teacher, look for the adverts as they appear, or go to my pinned tweet and do put in your application. It's very simple. Who you are, where you are, why you want to be a Warrior Teacher. Come and join. You don't need to be a teacher, so come and join. However, enough about that nonsense, right? I've got the most glorious Substack here for you, which is in the Dubras as usual, okay? We love a bit of the old glorious news. And we are now, as it happens, going down to Australia. So we've done Argentina, it's Australia next. Okay, so hello Australia, how are we? And this comes from a Substack, and it's called Gender Clinic News. And it's called Lived Expertise, Gender Solipsism in Conferenceville. This person is good at titles. I like that mantle. Right? So this is a report, right, from a discreet delegate to the November the 2nd to the 4th conference of the Australian Professional Association for Trans Health. Now that's AUSPATH for those of you who aren't in the know. Over here we have WPATH. Now, whether you are already cognizant of, I don't know, but there's going to be the release of the WPATH file shortly, which will give us an insight into these nut jobs, right? So the WPATH are responsible for so much. So they've got a report coming out about that shortly. They keep teasing us and I keep putting, will you bloody hurry up, please? So we've got WPATH files coming out soon. It feels like the Pentagon file. Just, let's hope it's a real blow them out of the water thing. That means we can get them shut down for incompetence and medical malpractice. But this one is interested in what happened in AUSPATH, okay, which is the Trans Health Association, the Australian Professional Association for Trans Health. If you look back far enough, it's got nothing to do with it at all, right? It's just a bunch of bloody grifting men in dresses. Anyway, this is what they've called it is a hybrid professional trans activist organisation, which is what it is. And then the observer of this conference, who's brought us this great Substack, begins. I don't believe that people really are born with male or female souls that are different from their bodies, or that anyone else should feel like their personality is unacceptable in the body they have, such that they need to change either of them. But I care about people who do. So I went to the AUSPATH conference. Because these are the professionals in the area, and I wanted to know what best practice was, so I could understand how these issues were being thought of by the people who do the work every day. What a wonderful idea. Thank you for doing this. Personally, I think it would be more thank you for taking one for the team by the time we get to the end of the article, but I'll leave you to decide, good viewer, on whether that's true. Before the conference started, this is a professional organisation. Before the conference started, attendees were informed that a quiet room would be provided with beanbags and a soothing environment. What? What's a soothing environment? There. There will be waiters on hand. If you call them over, they'll give you a glass of wine, stroke your hair gently and say, there. Or is it whale sounds? They're all sat around on beanbags looking disgruntled. Oh! Or some, one of these folk singers going, are we going to soothe these people when because this is important. Now look, they're all coming to the conference, they're going to need a room with some beanbags and some soothing. How are we going to soothe them? Hair stroking? Yeah. Head massage? Yeah. What else? Enya. That's it. Hoopy doopy. Orange no go flowing. Hoopy doopy. Right? It gets better. In case anyone was triggered or overwhelmed, they could go to these rooms, right? Now, the conference app included a meet and greet function. It was common for people to introduce themselves as shy or socially anxious. Hello, I'm a shy person called Roger. And to ask others to come seek them out and initiate discussion. Hello, are you one of the shy people? As A thread was also started for any neurodiverse participants to introduce themselves and meet up all of those neurospicy attendees. Neurospicy attendees. That was also organised. So neurospicy's over there. Thank you. Let's get you. Neurospicy, yeah, over. Third door on the left. Take a seat for the neurospicy, right? These are not things I've encountered before at professional or academic conferences. The conference was attended by medical professionals, but the majority of those present were people who considered themselves part of the trans community and identified as trans or gender diverse. The field is now dominated by workers with lived experience, workers with professional research degrees focused on their lived experience, and workers without professional qualifications relying on their lived expertise. So lived experience is now becoming lived expertise. That was inevitable, wasn't it? Like a creeping fart. Right. Many presenters include an acknowledgement of lived experience expertise on the same slide as their acknowledgement of country. It's not unusual now for specialist gender clinics to employ more lived experience peer support workers than professional staff. It's a cult. It's a cult. Is there anybody out there in reality land, speak to me, that doesn't know this is a cult? It's so blatantly obvious at this point. Oh. So these specialist gender clinics employ more lived experience peer support workers than professional staff, and staff who do not identify as trans have said that lived experience workers are privileged and given the floor to speak over others. Did you just talk in front of the priest? Did you? Right, he goes first. Up you go. Go on, Father Diddle-Addle. Get up there. Right. There were a small number of professionals who demonstrated sound methodology, objectivity, critical thinking, and deep knowledge of their fields. These papers focused on service provision models and data analysis, and tended not to concentrate on the feelings or identities of their subjects or of the authors themselves. Most papers, panels, and workshops, however, focused on personal, emotional, and subjective accounts of lived experience and/or superficial accounts of studies with poor research bases, methods, and analysis. Online surveys marketed through social media, such as Instagram and TikTok, formed the dominant method of data collection. These people are supposed to be advising. We need to shut them all down. The lunatics are in charge of the asylum. Oh. So when they do this on TikTok and Instagram, right, the participants self-select and self-report. Many studies had fewer than 20 or even 10 participants. In some cases, only 1 to 3 members of a group had supplied answers. We have to shut these folk down, folks. We've got to, right? Virtually no controls were used, and there was little analysis of results. Results were used as raw data that confirmed predetermined narratives. The first finding from one study conducted by a hospital's Child Research Institute was that non-binary people exist. And a common explanation of data showing a high level of mental health disturbances was that it confirms lived experience. This is real. This is real. Instead of presenting research or work in the field, many speakers chose to present on their own feelings of fear and trauma. Right? Go read it. Right? Okay, go read it, because it's a great read. It's a brilliant Substack and a brilliant report. And we need more of this. I mean, this sort of... It's something about it, somebody went in and spot. It's very, it's all a bit John le Carré, isn't it? You know what I mean? A bit John le Carré, isn't it? Be even better if it was more like Mission Impossible, don't you think? They go in there hanging from the roof and, decoding computers. Go and have a read. It's unbelievable. But I think we're beginning to see a wake-up call in regards to this. Whether it will get any headway or not, I don't know. We keep seeing these green shoots and then they disappear and then they come back again. But it's going to be years. We've got years of this. Let alone in the sort of upper echelons in regards to policy. My God, convincing people on the street that actually what's been happening has been happening and people have been damaged beyond belief by a murderous, barbaric belief system called equity. Right? So go and have a look. Let me know what you think of the Dubras. If you can buy me a coffee, please do. Keep me going. End of the month's coming. Buy me a coffee. The usual stuff. End of the month. Usual stuff, right? My end of the month begging. Be a warrior teacher, but most of all, subscribe, share, listen. I'll catch up with you later. Argentina and Australia. That's a glorious double we've had. I'll see you later. Bye.